Queensland are coming back. Darren Smith for Langer.
Chautauqua very late. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying.
That's not a try, that's a miracle.
There's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable.
In the 5 a.m. finish stakes, lights flashing. They're off in the 5 a.m. finish, episode 9. Who would have thought? We're 9 episodes in, we're getting closer to the double digits. The grannies have obviously liked, shared and subscribed, and they'll get a massive shout-out, little pamper package if we do get to double figures next week. Now, I'm your host, Taz Bartlett, and I'm joined by my great co-host, Dale Jerry Maguire. But he's off-site today. He's down in what we call the lovely Adelaide. But before you talk, what, why and when, and what bet did you lose to be down there, mate?
Lovely Adelaide, yeah. Don't think I'll be moving here anytime soon, but nah, just taking a piss. A young fella, he's in the Air Force. Adelaide, he's got posted, so I got my older boy. He's in the Navy. He's at Perth, so we thought we'd make a bit of a family holiday in Adelaide. We're going to head to Barossa Valley tomorrow for a few days, but so a week family holiday. Taz,
I always say when you take your family away, it's never a holiday; it's a trip. It's
not taking them away. I'm joining them, but you're absolutely right. That is a chore. That is a chore. But it hasn't rained here for 2 years, and what happens when we rock up? It's absolutely teeming down. So not ideal, but we'll be right. We'll get amongst it.
Oh, that's unlucky, mate. Because I was down there for gather round, and it was dry, as you said. Hasn't rained for a long time, and you've brought the wet.
Yep. So I can move mountains.
So, mate, we missed last week. The big fella, me, the host, was a little bit unwell, so you probably shared it a couple of weeks before, which is unfortunate. But
I heard it. Don't worry. The people were talking. Everyone's got their time and date. They tune into 5 a.m. finish, and they're all going, "Where are we? What are we doing?" And I had to say, Big Migaloo was down and out. It's all right. It looks like you bounced back.
I'm getting hate mail, but didn't get any hate mail from Jenny.
Oh, yeah.
She's happy that we weren't on air last week, so she's the only one up and about us actually not doing the show last week. So
she's
good on you, Jenny. Shout out to you. You had this last week.
Karen or Jenny? Yeah, Jenny's the real name, but Karen. Okay.
Boy,
you let that one slip.
I'm giving her up. Sorry, Jenny, Karen. You're all the same to us. Anyway,
she might be a bit of a Forrest Gump, Jenny.
Yeah. So we've got a big show this week. Obviously, a bit of recap on a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, we'll talk some sports, we'll talk some racing, and we'll try and fit in some dribble stories as we sort of go through the show.
Jimmy, you got a story from Adelaide from over the years with your sports travel, and I think me and you did a couple of trips together when we used to work.
I'm hosting the show, mate, just because you're offside. Don't start.
Yeah, what am I doing? You're on the big bucks. You're hosting.
But you're right, and viewers, again, if you like PG, maybe turn off. We're going to go up, maybe the M rated today. But so me and this wood duck, Dale, worked together 20 plus years ago in a financial sort of planning firm company. And part of our jobs, we're in two separate companies, but they were brother and sister companies, right? So we'd travel around Australia going to different metro cities. So Sydney one weekend, Brisbane, Melbourne, Perth, etc. But anyway, man, this wood duck, we find ourselves in lovely Adelaide for an expo, right? So it's a 3-day extravaganza. He's on one stand. I'm on the other. Now, remember, we're actually selling at the same time the same product. But it's just got a different skin on it. He's on one expo tent, I'm in the other. So you're not allowed to socialise during the day, but obviously at night, as the 5 a.m. crew finish happens, we like to get a little bit out, loud, rowdy. So we like...
this was 20 years ago too. So you look at us now in our 40s, imagine what we're like in our 20s.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah. And then you've got to show up the next day to the expo. But so we have a fair night, go to dinner. That's quite civilised. And there's one bloke, right? There's always one bloke when you go to a dinner that takes the piss, right? Now, there's this other bloke. So he's come to the dinner and he's ordered a lobster. Like, who goes to a work function first and orders the old red lobster? This bloke does. Fantastic. $300 or $400 back then. We're talking 20 years ago. Anyway, the sun sets, obviously, and we head into the night. And there's a 24-hour club in old Adelaide. Quite crazy. So we're out and about. Anyway, there's a heap of promo girls. We fly down these different things. Anyway, we end up back in a spa.
Hang on, when you say we, you,
me.
let's get that story right. Granny, your mum's watching.
Holding hands. Bit going on. The next day, but the bosses found out that both companies had a dinner, then sort of gone out drinking, fraternising, holding hands, and he's put a whole broom through half the company and flown them home. Anyway, I had a young fellow with me, 21, Daniel Lawton, good fellow. He's been listening to the show. He's a massive 5am finish fan. He doesn't show to work the next day. Like, he can't get out of bed. He's 21 years old, this poor kid, and he's just a no-show, a bit like no-show a day. So I've had to front up to the expo, talk to my boss, who's not talking to the other boss because you're not allowed to, remember, coexist, and I've got to protect this little Daniel Lawton. But the other group, there's only one person left on the stand. Everyone else has been shipped back to the lovely Gold Coast because the boss is absolutely blowing up that people have gone out and had a good night. That's my story.
Well, I wasn't a part of that. As I said, I've heard this story. Like, I feel like I was there, Taz. I feel like I was in the spa playing truth or dare.
You wanted to be there. You know what I mean? You wanted to be there. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you.
No, I heard all about it, and all you guys got flown home the next day, and it was just us left to do the work. But one of the those stories that goes down in folklore. That story. But yeah, I put my hand up, and I definitely wasn't a part of those shenanigans.
No, you were actually sensible back then. You got a bit rowdy as you got older. When you started to meet me properly, and we actually became friends, you thought, what have I hitched my wagon to here? This bloke is a dead wood duck. Well, anyway, funny stories. Kids are kids, right? My beautiful daughter turned 3 this week, right? And they're innocent.
Happy birthday, Luda.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And they're innocent. She's a shout out. Big fan of the show. What?
Is she subscribed, does she?
Yeah,
she's got a YouTube account.
Yeah, kindergarten kids, mate. She's popular. Oh, my dad's a podcaster. How good. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm sitting on the couch, and this follows on a bit, Migaloo, right? You've called me Migaloo. That's stuck at home, so the wife's called me Migaloo. I wear black now only.
God, love it. Love it. I can name a nickname.
The lights on ever again. But I'm on the couch, being me Migaloo, got my body out. I think I'm killing it in my own head, right? But I'm sitting here, partner sitting on the end, and my daughter's sitting in between me, right? Between us, I should say. Anyway, I've got a cyst on me back. It's starting to grow a bit, right? It's starting to become a friend. Anyway, my daughter, right, remember, they're innocent, bless their little cotton socks. She points to it and presses on it and says, Daddy's got a meatball on his back. And I'm like, what did you say? She goes, Daddy's got a meatball on his back. So the running joke for the last 2 weeks is Daddy's got a meatball on his back because she doesn't understand what a cyst is. But bless her cotton socks. She turns 3, I'm buying all these presents for her, but sometimes I'm thinking, wow, like, your mum's bagging me? My co-host Dale, Jerry Maguire, is getting into me, and now my daughter's calling me, I've got a meatball on my back.
Oh, you bring it on yourself, son. You bring it on yourself.
You walked into it, apparently. So now I'm booked in with the GP to get it cut out because I can't take this because I'm low on self-esteem at home, mate, as it is. So I'm going to have to move it to another area, if you know what I mean.
Not good. I'm sure the great GP. I've got more bloody intruders coming in the shot, but anyway, trying to get their heads on before we finished.
Is it a house invasion? Home invasion?
Yeah,
Are you safe?
I tell you what.
Are you safe?
So this is not even a G up. Like we add a little bit of GST to the stories here and stuff like that. We went and did grocery shopping for him. This is his first ever grocery shop. He's moved in his first ever home. I'm not even taking a piss. Oh, trouble. Houston, we got a big trouble here. Nothing's going right here in SA. But anyway,
Chopper,
I'm not even taking a piss here. Kobe's pushing a trolley along, and this guy has got 4 teeth, and I don't know if he was homeless or what was going on. He actually shoulder barged him.
Oh, a little bit argy-bargy.
In the aisle, Woolworths.
Oh, wow.
Where are we?
That bloke knows he's in AFL country. They wouldn't even know what a proper shoulder barge was.
Oh, it was a hip and shoulder. I wasn't there, but it was a hip and shoulder.
Oh, boy.
All right, mate. All right, come on. You're on the big bucks here. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Oh, the good, bad, ugly. Like last week, let's talk about the good, right? Rugby league last weekend was outstanding. Every game, I think, bar one, was off the Richter, right? What about the Canberra game against the Panthers up at Mudgee?
As good as it gets. I just want to ask you one question. When you watch a game like that, like how do people not do sports? You get those people out there who like gardening and reading books and walk in and doing whatever. Like, how do you not do sports when you watch a game like that?
Well, that's what the old saying. What you don't know is what you don't know, I suppose. Like, I've never gardened, so I don't like that. And you talk to a gardener and he talks about those weed. Oh, yeah, that weed. I got that weed out on the weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
Everyone's boat floats differently, mate.
So, cracking game. Like, the footy's really starting to heat up here, and that's when the big boys come out to play. But they talk about, the Panthers resting all their players this week, right? And you watch all the NRL 360 shows and Bulldog and all that are absolutely going off and that. Like, I want to ask you, you're actually in the game. You're actually in the sport. How do you bag the Penrith Panthers, Ivan Cleary? Like, he's a Melbourne Cup trainer. He gets his horses to perform at the peak of the final season, and this is the little bits and pieces he does to get his team up and about. Now, he's done the calculations. He knows they're not going to do the top four, so it's all about, like, no team has come out of the top four for donkey's years, so he's got to say, okay, we've got to mix it up a little bit here, throw a curveball in, and people are bagging him.
I've got to admit, I'm a massive fan of it, them resting him.
Yeah.
And people are going to say, oh,
that's
right,
right,
mate, little Johnny drove in from Mudgee and bought a ticket to watch what he thinks is going to be a top four game. Boo-hoo, little Johnny. Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Mate, what do you understand? These guys have won 4 premierships in a row. Most of their players have played Origin. Most of them have played test matches at the end of the year, right? Heavy workload. You mathematically can't make the top 4, so you have to go and do something that no one's done since the Bulldogs did in the 90s and come from outside the top 4. So you've got to make a strategic decision on how do I get my players up to a certain point. Now, that's probably resting them, freshening them up a little bit because they're going to have to go win next week, get a bit of footy into them, and then basically go on a run in September, which is going to be draining. So how about you rest your 16, 17 best players, give them mentally a little break, makes sense. And at the end of the day, I'm sure that Panther fan who drives out, who's going to miss out watching his Stars play and all that on Thursday night and boo-hoo, to win a grand final and go 5 in a row, I think you'd trade that for watching your Stars run around on Thursday night, wouldn't you?
Yep. Yeah, ditto.
I've got a weird one for you, and this is not for the boys. This is for the boys, and this is a little shout out to the Damani's crew, right? Because we had a round table discussion the other day with about 15 grown men about this question.
And what would you boys be talking about?
Well, do you pee sitting down or do you pee standing up?
Oh, stop it! Stop it! Is this what the show's got to? So we're talking about whether. So we're talking about a male.
A male.
Whether we stand up while we're taking a piss, not a pee or a whittle. Did you just say whittle?
A pee.
A pee.
This is pee.
Stand up while we're taking a pee. Taking a piss. Okay, I have no idea what you're about to say, but just by the tone that you said take a pee, I'm guessing that you sit down while you take a pee.
I do. The only time I stand up is if I'm in public toilets. And
no, you are me.
The 15 people, it was 9-6.
Is that right?
Sitting down.
This is some ground-breaking stats we've got here. Like, I'm still stunned that this is what the show's got to.
I think people are a bit embarrassed to say that they do sit down and pee, but I'm an advocate. I'm a fan.
Why? Why do you sit down?
It's comfortable.
Oh, boy.
I don't have to worry about where I aim it. I just get down. Relax.
I haven't got time to sit down. I haven't got time to sit down and look at the birds and see what's going around the world. I got to in, out, let's go. Let's move on.
I like it, but as I said, the numbers are against you.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, lads.
You know
that's
I think you watch Sunrise.
That is a
I
negative.
think you watch Sunrise.
Did you go to the talking about that? Did you go to the march on last week, the Story Bridge?
Yeah, I was the ringleader.
You're the ringleader.
You voted me in. I'm the new guy. I'm the new guy. I'm glad you're not the host today because you and your hippie things didn't go down well, I don't think.
All right, come on. You're on the big bucks here.
Back on track. Let's get back on track. Sports last week. What caught your eye?
What caught my eye? What caught my fucking eye was a 5-leg multi. He goes down by one leg. Not only one leg, one fucking try. And not only one try. Did you see the conversions?
Oh,
they miss 5 conversions. Anyway, that's chilly. We'll talk about that later on. But that's your sport. That's your sport. But no, sport. It's heating up. I love it. There's the spring carnival sports. Like this, when it's all about. This is she's tough going here to do a podcast. But
have you got all intruders?
I don't know who they are. I think he just walked off the street. That kid.
I think
His
people
dad
want
said
to
he's
be.
walking off the
They want to be celebrities. They've worked out.
we might have a red flashing light at our door. Or something.
Podcasters down there, and I want to get involved. I want to be on the show. You know, they're not getting paid to be extras, eh?
I'll throw a couple of carrots at him.
Throw a couple of carrots. Well, my sporting moment this week was Gout.
Yep.
Yeah, he's broke the 10 seconds again. Now, obviously, he's a illegal wind assisted, but 9.94. But what reminds me, the name Gout always reminds me of a story. You know, I like stories. So, take me back. I'm 30 years old. So for the viewers watching, that's 15 years ago because I'm 45. And I'm living with a mate of mine. And literally, I reckon I can count, as a 5'8" Finnish people we are, how many times I've been home on a Saturday night on one hand. Okay? So,
I believe that.
Painting the picture. It's about 3:30 a.m. in the morning, either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember because it is 15 years ago, right? And I hear this bloke I'm living with, best mate of mine at the time. I'm hearing, Taz. So I wake, think, oh, wow, what is there an intruder? A bit like where you are now. Is there an intruder? What's happening? So I get up. Now, if you know me, I don't like to wear clothes to bed. It's a bit of a thing, right? Yeah, and back then I was not Migaloo. I was ripped like an old pair of undies, right? But so...
Oh, turn it on.
I opened the door, and my best mate's had a fall. He's got gout. Now, this bloke's about 140 kilos. He can't get up. So he's scrambling. He's trying to grab railings in the bathroom, but he's gone. He can't get up, the big fella. So there I am, starkers, looking like a Donna spot. Just write that down. He's nude, and I'm nude. And I'm like, what are we going to do here, mate? He goes, I've got gout. I said, well, I get that. But what are we going to do? How am I going to get you up? You're 145 kilos. Well, you just have to get me up, mate. I'm trying to ring a doctor. I'm trying to do something. So I had to go back in, put some clothes on, and try and get this big fella up out of the ground, basically, because he had gout. And I get him up. My back has never, to this day, 15 years ago, never been the same. So every time gout goes...
Oh, so it's from that day.
Oh, but he broke it. I was about 80 kilos ringing wet then. He's double my weight. So every time I hear the name Gout, he's a legend of the sport. He's created athletic stories and that. But I always think about this bloke wrecking my life on the way through, having to get him up at 3:30.
The old Gout.
Yeah, because he had gout.
Jesus. Well, get ready. You're going to be listening to this name Gout for the next 15 years. So.
But the funny thing, imagine if I'm not home. As I said, you can count on one hand how many times I've been home in the last 15 years at that time, on a Saturday night, Friday night. Mate, he would have been laying there as I rolled in. That would have been a sight for sore eyes. As they...
Trouble.
Yeah.
Talking about Gout, obviously he's the next best thing, but little fella doesn't get quite the same recognition as Kennedy, and like he gave Gout a cold earlier on in the year, didn't he?
I suppose one's 45, one's 17 or so. You probably sort of weigh that up in the end. One's on a
45. Kennedy's a young fella. I think he's early 20s, but yeah.
About me being fast.
Oh yeah.
So, what have we got this week, sports? You got anything else for us, Dale? You're down there. You're down in AFL country. Their finals start next week. The Suns obviously made their first finals last night with a great win.
Great to see.
I'm
here 1 week too early. I'm here 1 week too early, Migaloo, because the Crows play the Pies. It's going to be a cracking final, and that's next Thursday night. I leave on Wednesday, so the day before, you've got this final at Adelaide Oval. I have to leave, but it's all heating up, right? It's it's the AFL finals, the NRL finals just around the corner. So, and the spring carnival was on our doorstep last week. Was the first Group 1 of the carnivals, so it's good to see. But other than that, with sports, I don't know if you want to dive straight into our sporting bets while we're here, or if we just.
I've got none this week, mate, in the sports. The AFL bet 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so the Carlton.
But what have you got?
The old Carlton, the Carlton bet last week. We were going down for a hat trick of wins. The AFL agent lets us down there. I thought we were in trouble. They were hanging in there for a while, the Blue Baggers, but the Swannies just come over the top.
Oh, mate, this was a little bit sad. But anyway, Is what it is.
That's right. That's right. We move on. Okay, so let's get in the chili challenge. Now we must tell our viewers that Migloo had a week off. He put the feet up for a week, so we've extended the chili challenge by a week.
And you'll see
I wasn't copping that.
Oh, I wasn't copping.
I wasn't copping that. I wasn't copping that.
Well, technically, the 20th is on Saturday, so we could have just gone one more week, theoretically. Just saying.
Could have, should have, but we're not.
So, is that what you're saying? You're just making the rules up down in Adelaide.
You got it.
You got it.
Yeah. No. I'm here. I've tuned in. So we've got 2 more weeks before the chili challenge.
All right.
I'll open the bat with the legs. So obviously the week before, 5-legger, got the 4 legs up, missed out by 1 try. I would have overtaken you, would have absolute shot. So what I'm going to do is that's 2 5-leg chili challenge bets now that have gone down by 1 leg. So I've basically got 8 out of 10. I know. It doesn't get you nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a 4-legger, Taz. I'm going to do a 4-legger.
I'll change it.
I'm going to do a 4-legger.
3 out of 4. You beauty.
4. I'm not even going to say this is going to get up. I'm not even going to say anything, but get on it. Okay.
Oh, boy.
The Warriors and the Eels. Warriors, this is must win for the Warriors. The Eels, not so much, but they are playing some hot football, especially in defence. I'm going to go under 46.5 points, Taz. Under 46.5. Storm and Roosters, that's going to be a cracking game. A little bit of rain around Melbourne. I love doing the weather. That's what I'm all about it. Call me Monty.
Rain.
I'm going to go
kids.
Under 50.5 points. Then we are going to go to the Dolphins. Just going to take them straight out. Dolphins win. They will win this game. I think they'll win comfortable. And then we'll go Sharks minus 7.5. So that 4 legs is $4.80. $1,000 chili challenge, $4.80.
Wow, just not one bet, nice and simple. Well, I'm taking the leaf out of your book. I'm starting to spread this. Some say I'm trying to protect my lead. It's like a test match, Day 4, the pitch is starting to turn. You're coming after me, but I'm just going to go through me.
That's the whacker. Yeah. The cracks are coming. It's the whacker. It's the whacker in the 80s. Those cracks are up.
Oh, boy. So I'm going to Melbourne. I think this horse is a very, very serious horse. Okay, so I'm going to go Melbourne race 10, number 10, Sea Pals or Sea Pauls, depending on how you want to pronounce it. About $3.40. Ran home nice in the Guineas in the autumn. First up, I think 1,400 metres is his absolute sweet spot. I don't think he really wants any further than that. I don't think he probably sees out a strong 1,600 unless he's probably matured this time in. Going very well at the trials. I think the 3-year-olds from last year, fillies and colts, have got the edge on the older horses in a lot of different spaces, and especially this is a Group 1 resuming now in a benchmark 100. I'm keen. I'm very, very keen. So I'm going to have 500 to win on that. Okay. Then I'm going to go to Sydney race 8, number 2, Riverlino, depending on how you want to pronounce it, about $9. Buy too darn hot. They swim in the wet in the up and coming challenge. I just think $9. Trialled very well the other day in a hot field. And I think he's got a bit of upside this campaign. And best part about him, I think he's a real winner. So get on him, 500 to win. So there's my 2 chili challenge bets this week to secure.
All right. I don't mind it. My best in the racing when it comes to racing this week. Where we're going to go, we're going to hit off. So actually, I think you got the same mail. You're talking to Golan. I think he sent through the same text, but he's absolutely declared free carry. Race 5, Brisbane on the weekend. Race 5, number 3, 5 carry. Said just wins. That's TG's word. So that's not one of my tips, but that's from the great Golan. So maybe it is short. I think it's $2.20. So you might have to put that in some multiples or some all ups or whatever, or have a decent crack. One of my tips for today is Eagle Farm race 9, number 4, our Oberos. Now I suggest take the fixed odds here. It's currently $4. This thing should be going to the lead. I don't know if there's too much speed on paper. Normally when you say it's not too much speed, all the other jockeys get the same idea, and next thing you know, it's on for young and old. But on paper, it's not too much too much speed. So our Oberos, I've got this horse now. I got told this is the first starter in Adelaide. I've been told this is a potential superstar. So this is some mail that we've got from a horse we're about to get in Adelaide. Now, where are we going to here? This is Adelaide, just very early. It's Adelaide race 1, number 3 at Morpheville. I think it's paying about $3. Now, it's coming from gate 13. So when you're on debut, most of the times you always improve second up and you need a bit of match fitness and things. So he's going to want to be very good. First starter from gate 13. But the word on the street is this horse is above average.
Okay.
So have a little sneaky peek.
Street Invaders just didn't come in and give you the tip, did they?
No. So
I'm worried.
I've got some mail about this thing, so have a look there. And then this is one of my tips: is Moorfield Race 5, number 4, Todd Pennell. I think he's about $2.40 as well. So Todd Pennell, the best in the business when it comes to SA.
I am concerned that you're in Adelaide and you're giving 2 SA tips. Like,
Oh mate,
you got
last
Ronnie
night.
Paps, do you? Yeah, Ronnie Paps, the old race caller.
I was talking to a lot of people last night at the pub while watching the Suns absolutely belt
Ugly. Oof, boy.
that.
Make a wish. What have you got in the Make a Wish, which is close to our hearts? We had a little stumble a couple of weeks ago on that. Obviously, my fault. Put my hands up. Which again, that's a gripe too. You know, when someone makes a mistake in rugby league field, they put their hand up. Like, mate, we get it. You made a meal of yourself. Like, you don't need to put your hand up. Just go back.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, go about it. What have you got in your Make a Wish this week? Which we
Okay, we'll go Make a Wish. Make a Wish. Let's go Dolphins -2.5. That is at $1.75.
Yeah, I'm going to play nice and
Dolphins
safe this week. I'm going to have Seapaws, which I've already tipped early in the Chili Challenge. I'm going to have it for a place, left-hand lane this week. The kids are very important to us, so let's get them.
Yep. All right. Well, that's up on screen now. So, as I said, we've gone 3 out of 4.
But I don't think we can leave the show. We've got a bit more to talk about. But the Memsie this weekend. Okay, people tune in. They want to see some dribble. They've heard plenty of that today. But it's a cracking race. Springs around the air. I can smell it. You know, great field. 9 or 10 Group 1 winners individually in the field. I think it's the best Memsie Stakes I've seen in 20-plus years. What's your thought?
Yeah, it's cracking. Cracking race. Obviously, you know, we're going to be on the Antino train. We want to kick our great mate Tony going home and fly the flag for Queensland. But I can't say I'll be back in Antino this race. This is not his race. He's got bigger things in mind. The distance is not going to suit him. He's going to get back. But I'm on another wheel. Loves the track. It's going to be right up on the bunny. It's going to be set for this race. I think a few of his other Patriots in the race aren't really set as his grand final here, and just don't know where they're going to get to on the speed map. It's pretty tricky where they're going to get to. Where another wheel is going to be up on the bunny, rock hard fit. Not rock hard fit. Obviously, it's first up, but he's been trialling well and he's fit enough to get the cash.
Yeah, I'm in the everything you just said. I think Antino's grand final is obviously the Cox Plate, so Tony's going to have him up a little bit here. He'll then go to the Mackay, Turnbull. So he's 4 runs away from his sort of peak day. I'm in the Tom Kitten fan. I think this time last year they made the ultimate gear change, gelded. His first preparation as a gelding was a very, very good one. Unlucky not to beat Mr. Brightside first up at 1,400 in the autumn. Wins the All Mile Star. Changed trainers since, and I think this has just had 2 really nice jump outs trials leading into this. And I think from barrier 4, Mellon's going to have a couple of different options this time. I don't think he needs to be as far back as he has been first up, now that he's not trying to win as a stallion. I think they run him a touch closer. I think he's the value in what I think is, as I said, arguably the best Memsies I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely high in quality, and I think it's going to be one of those races wherever they find position in the race. Like it's going to be the speed maps are going to be key. I think whoever's kind of up in the kind of first 4 or 5, getting a run in transit, I think that's going to be your winner. I think there's going to be a lot of hard luck stories in this race. And not only hard luck stories, there's going to be a lot of horses flashing late, and they're going to be a get-on next start. But, yeah, it's a cracking field. Now, Taz, we've got some huge news, and this is about as big as it gets. So, we're just kind of little battlers from the streets and with our little podcast 5am finish. But Can I tell you, we have one of the great guests. We've had some great guests as it is. Keane Dickens, Tony Gohm. Now, for our AFL fans out there, we had a little competition on Instagram and Facebook, and they had to guess which star is coming on our podcast on the 10th of September. Now, I can reveal, Taz. I can reveal who it is.
It's not me, is it?
Well, you're not as 300 game AFL star.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
Okay,
you're not
that's
you're not
my
in the
point.
Hall of Fame. Now,
I am. It depends which Hall of Fame you call it.
depends who we ask. Now, September 10, we're going to be doing a live studio from Newstead with the great John Sammy Newman.
Cool.
He's going to be on the 5 a.m. Finish podcast.
Why would this great person want to come on and talk some dribble with us?
Man, I got connections. I have
We got
got
some-
connections.
We got some pull, haven't we? Eh?
Now-
Let's shake
now,
good moves and shakers.
the
Good moves
juices-
and shakers.
The juices are flowing. The juices are flowing. Now, this guy is not only a great AFL superstar, but when it comes to the media, the footy show, all of those, like, he is a mega mountain of a human being. So I can't wait to have him on the podcast. We're going to absolutely fire off some questions. It's going to be all about him. You're not going to listen to us tell our stories. It's all going to be about the great Sammy Newman, and hopefully he can fire some shots at, we want to go viral, don't we? So we might just kind of pimp him on a couple of little questions, see if we can make Fox Sport News. But we can get the viewers involved here, Taz. We can get them absolutely involved. So our great partners, Good Bloke Society, Sean Walsh, will give you a shout out. Absolute legend of a human being, does great things with the Good Bloke Society.
Mental health. Yep.
Yep, so it's all about men's and women mental health. Let's get that right, as women's mental health as well. So it's going to be a collaboration of the Good Bloke Society and the 5 a.m. Finish boys with Sam Newman on stage. Now, viewers can actually come to this live cross if they want, but more importantly, you're probably going to have more fun. There's a dinner later that night. So it's at Newstead's, beautiful restaurant, fine red wine. It's going to be a great night. It's called An Unfiltered Night with Sam Newman. And he's going to go behind the scenes, tell some old stories. But if you're interested in attending this night, just DM us on Instagram or Facebook and say that you're interested. Tickets are going at around $400, I think it is. So as I said, it's fine dining, it's fine red wine. So it's a few dollars, but it's be one of the great nights of entertainment. You can sit, we've got a couple of tables, so you'll be sitting along with us. It's at Newstead, September 10, kicks off at 6 p.m. So if you are interested, just shoot us a message. But
Those nights are really money can't buy experiences, You
it's an intimate dinner. Intimate dinner. So you did one last year with Joey Johns, I remember.
With Joey Johns, and straight to the great Joey, and it was fantastic. You had to put your phones over in the corner, and he just told story after story, regaled story after story. It was fantastic. So,
Yep.
Well,
so this is
along with you're an AFL fan, even if you're not an AFL fan, to be honest. Like,
you don't have to be. That's right.
We want to go and listen to these people because we couldn't do it.
Yep. Hopefully, it'll be it's called An Unfiltered Night with Sam Newman. Like, what more do you want? But I just can't wait to have him on the 5 a.m. Finish desk, Taz. It's a great get for us, and then hopefully our viewers will be entertained and we can tell some good stories.
A couple of things before we go. NRL this week announced the great Teddy Swims is going to be the pre-entertainment. I know it's weird. Pre-entertainment for the NRL. And I don't know if you know Teddy Swims, mate. He is a cracking, and I'm happy to build a tune if you want me to, Dale.
Just go. Love it. Just do it. What do you got?
Don't stop believing. I've still got it. Some say
No, you don't. Stop. You're just having fun in the studio by yourself.
Well, it's a great win for the NRL, if I'm being honest. Like, they've announced, the AFL's announced Soup Dog, which had a bit of backlash after the dramas out of it.
I think he's gone.
Yeah,
I think Snoop's gone.
Oh, they dropped him already over there? Dropped him like a hot tin?
I think they have. I think that's the mail. They've got a Aussie artist that they're about to.
Oh, they finished?
Yeah. Where was our phone call? Where was our phone call? What about this? We don't get a Logie invite. We don't get an invite. Actually, I am going to the AFL Grand Final, by the way, just to let you know that. But you can come along if you want.
Nice, I like it.
I'm just talking to you while we're talking here, but yeah.
Oh, I like it. Just think.
But the mail is Snoop. Looks like they've put a line through
He's
Snoop.
toast. Okay. Anything
bit
else
of
for the viewers,
backlash.
mate, before we shoot off?
Good catch up with the boys. Was it last? No, it wasn't last Saturday. It was a Saturday before.
Saturday before.
Shout out to our great mate, the Fish. His dad's not well at the moment, going through some tough times there. And so me and Taz got a few of the boys together and we kind of took his mind off it for a day and we went to the Star and had a good old day there. But shout out to the Fish. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah. And reminder, guys, we are getting flown down to the lovely Melbourne. So that's all been locked in. I think you mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. We'll be flying on the Friday, obviously up business class up the pointy end. So our great sponsors, the Gisborne Hotel, just outside of Melbourne, putting on a spread. We'll be out at Derby Day, but then we're running a Calcutta night hosted by the great Matty Campbell at Banter. Come along to that night. I think it's a 2-course, $59 out there. It's already 100 plus sold. So there's only 50 tickets left. So limited sales left. If you want to get out there and listen to us two wood ducks straight out of Beenleigh is the headline. Hosted by the great Matty Campbell. Get along to that. Obviously, our great sponsors, 5am. I don't know if you've seen it in the background. We've now got some hats and shirts, which were sold out in the first drop. So, unfortunately, guys, if you missed that first drop, we'll be in touch on the second drop. And obviously, the queen of the tickets, no tickets this week, but next week coming into the finals, we'll run a couple of different competitions.
What about this, Taz? So it hasn't rained in Adelaide for 2 fucking years. Just to let you know what's going on here. Oh, look at a fucking hurdle. It's all going on here. Just let's have a look at this. Has not rained in 2 years, and what happens when we come along? Absolute teeming down. It's just fucking torrential out here. So we're meant to be going to Barossa Valley tomorrow for a couple of nights, but yeah, I think I'll be sitting around a fireplace with a nice red wine.
Good on you, Flipper. You'll be right.
Flipper. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
Besides Flipper, I'll go with you, Jerry. I like it. All right.
Yeah, all right. Well, so we've got the chili bets there. We've got I think we're all good to rock. Well, obviously, this wasn't ideal being away, but we couldn't be away from the people for 2 weeks in a row. So we had to
do another week of hate mail.
Nah, our Jews are right.
And the texture from best mates not happy that we weren't on last week. I don't know why people want to hear us, but anyway, keep doing what you're doing.
Fuck, I'll tell you what. After this episode, they probably won't.
Oh, I'd love to have less work to do next week, but no, I need to get to double digits. So we're going to write it out.
Yeah, we're both back in studio next week, and then I'll be holding the bat. We'll be back.
I'll be holding the bat. So thanks for listening to the Dribble guys this week. Sorry it's not ideal if the audio hasn't come across great. Remember, gamble responsible, and hopefully get a couple of bucks in your back pocket. But remember what you could be buying. All right, till next week. Signing off, Taz and the great co-host Dale Jerry Maguire.
See you guys.
Chautauqua very late. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying.
That's not a try, that's a miracle.
There's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable.